Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Baking Bakers. We're here in my kitchen today, and we're going to do a little barbecuing. So, I have here a fresh pork belly, and we're going to make some bacon candy, or some pork belly bites here. So, we're going to go ahead and get this out. We're going to cut it up into bite-sized chunks. We're going to get it seasoned, take it out, put it on the smoker for a while. Let it cook and render down, and then we're going to wrap it up, put a little sugar and some liquid with it, let it braise for a while, end up glazing it with some barbecue sauce, and we're going to end up with some delicious bacon candy. So we've got our pork belly here. This one is about a 3.5 pound pork belly. You don't need a real big one. You can do more than that if you want. This is what I've got for my family, and we just don't need that much. So this one here, like I said, is about 3.5 pounds, and there's really no trimming you're going to need to do to it. It's a skin off, that's important, but pork belly is pork belly, and there's just not a whole lot that needs to be trimmed on it. So the first thing we're going to do is cut this up into some bite-sized chunks. So we're going to strip it out first. I'm going to go this way, and we want these strips to be about 1.5 inches wide. And the reason we're going to cube this is because we want to be able to get seasoning and that smoky flavor on all sides of our pork belly bites. It gives us a great opportunity to get it seasoning all around it, get the maximum flavor. Okay. And these are going to be a little bit bigger than bite size, but you got to remember there's a lot of fat in the pork belly that is going to render out, and they're going to shrink in size quite a bit as we cook them. So we want them to be a little big. Okay, so now we've got these great chunks. They look like bacon, right? Well, that's because this is what bacon is made from. So now we need to season them. I'm going to put them on a pan over here. Pull this around. Get some of these I didn't quite get cut through. Get rid of our cutting board. Put this in where you guys can see it. All right. Now we want to make sure we get the seasoning on all the sides of these. We also need to make sure that our seasoning is going to stick good. So I'm just going to take a little bit of some olive oil and drizzle that on here over the top of them. And then we're going to toss them around in that a little bit. Just get that oil on so that our seasoning sticks good. That was plenty. Okay. Now I'm going to try and keep one hand clean here. We're using the Ozark Heat from Our Butts Are Smoking. We've used this in previous recipes. I really like this rub. And we're going to season them generously. We'll put a layer on and we'll toss them around a little bit, rotate them so we can get all the sides. As we roll them around on the pan, it kind of picks up some of the stuff that is missing, so we can use all the rub that we're putting on. Tossing those around. If you find a side that doesn't have much on it, you can sort of use it to mop up what's on the pan. So we get them nice and coated. Starting to look pretty good. Okay. Now, we're going to take basically a cooling rack, and we're going to put our bites on that. Now, I'm going to spray this with some cooking spray first. Give me a second. So I just have some regular cooking spray. And do that over the sink so that it doesn't get all over my countertop. And we're just going to take the bites and lay them out here. Try and leave a little bit of space in between them. And this just makes it easy for us to carry them all around to transport it. We're just going to set it right on the smoker grates, right on this rack. How did we do that? Now one extra one. We'll squeeze it in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take this out. We'll put it on our smoker. We've got our Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill here that we're going to be smoking these on. I've got it set up for indirect heat, so our door on our diffuser plate is in, and we're running at 275 degree temperature. So we're going to open this up, and we're going to set our rack pork belly bites right on the top shelf here. We're going to close the lid and let these cook for about 2.5 hours before we come back and check on them. It has been a little over 3 hours now since we put our pork belly bites on the smoker here, and we're gonna take a look and see what they look like. Oh yeah. So you can see they've rendered down a little bit. They're all a little bit smaller than they were. We've got that nice color to them. Got a great bark on the outside. These are ready to come off, and we are going to move on with the next step. So we're just going to grab this rack, set it on this sheet, and carry it into the house. Close our lid, and we are going to turn our smoker up to 300 degrees. Go just a little hotter for the next step. We're going to bring these back out. Alright, I have some aluminum foil laid out here, and we are going to move our pork belly bites onto this aluminum foil where we're going to wrap it up. We're going to put some other stuff in it and then put it back on the smoker to finish cooking, kind of braise in its own juices. So, first thing we're going to do is just move these over here. Try and keep them in a tight grid. We want it to be nice and tightly wrapped. Ooh, they're hot. We don't want any excess airspace in there because we want them to, we don't want steam to form and kind of ruin this bark that we have created. And one more. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take a half a stick of butter that I've sliced and kind of spread it over the top of these. That will melt down through them. Give us some juices. We're going to sprinkle some brown sugar over the top. I didn't measure. I'm just going until it looks right. Okay. Alright, now we've got our butter and our brown sugar. We're going to just drizzle a little bit of honey across the top.
I love honey.
You do?
Yeah. Can I put some honey on mine?
Yep. Okay, and then one last thing. I have a can of some pineapple juice here. And we're just going to put that in there because we need a little extra liquid for this to kind of braise it. Now, we're going to start wrapping it up really tight. I have several layers of aluminum foil here because I want to make sure that it doesn't puncture. And then we get it wrapped up nice and securely. We want to keep all that liquid inside there. Yes. We want to keep all that liquid inside and just let it braise in its own juices. So this is going to go back out to the smoker that we've turned up to 300 degrees, and we're going to put it on for about another hour and a half. We don't want it to get scorched. We've got that sugars and stuff in there, so we don't want any direct heat. We're not going to put it on the bottom. I'm going to make sure we keep it up on our top shelf. And we'll come back in an hour and a half. It is about time to go out and check on our pork belly bites out there. The last step of this process is we're going to create a glaze, like a barbecue sauce glaze to kind of coat them in. We're going to put that on them while they're still on the grill. We're going to open up that packet and just kind of coat them in the glaze and then leave it cook open for 5 to 10 minutes for that glaze to then tack up. So, pretty simple one that we're going to do here today. We're going to use some barbecue sauce. I've got some Jack Daniel's original barbecue sauce here. And we're going to mix that with a little bit of our pineapple juice. Again, you can use apple juice. I just don't have any apple juice. I have pineapple juice. So, and again, we're not really measuring. We're just putting in however much we think we need. The idea is to thin the sauce down a little bit so we can coat it on our bites a little bit better. Pour some in there, about like that. We're going to pour in a little bit of our pineapple juice, and we're just going to stir this up. Alright, so now you can see how that's much thinner, and we'll be able to get it on our pork belly bites. Let's see what our pork belly bites look like here. Can you guys see? Oh yeah, we can see. We're just going to try and unwrap this, leave it right here on the top shelf of the smoker. It is quite warm. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. You can see all that liquid we've got them cooking in, just sitting there braising. So we are going to coat the top of these with this sauce, with the glaze that we have made, and toss them around a little bit, and then just let them cook open on the top shelf here for another 5 or 10 minutes, and these are about ready to come off. Should put my insulated rubber gloves on to toss these, but I'm just going to use a spoon, roll them around. You can see this one already kind of fell apart. That's how juicy and tender and soft that they have gotten. You can see that gelatinous texture. These are going to be so good here. Just toss them around a little bit, and we'll put the rest of our glaze on here. Okay, like I said, we're just going to give them another 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll come back. Oh, they're beautiful looking. All right, let's go ahead and get these off of here. We're just gonna, I don't even need the grate. We're just gonna slide these foils off right onto there. Okay, let's go ahead and get these out of that liquid. Oh, they're nice and tight. I'm gonna get some tongs. My fingers are gonna get sticky. Oh, I can't wait to try these. Look at those. All right, let's go ahead and try one of these. You can see they kind of pull right apart here. Oh, it's great flavor. The texture is so good. You get that lean meat from the belly that gives it nice, solid texture, but with all the flavor of that fat that we've rendered down. It just melts in your mouth. These are fantastic. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. You can make your own variations on however you want to do that, but I think these are fantastic. They're excellent for like a little appetizer snack or however you want to do it. But pork belly bites, bacon candy. They're delicious. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you liked that video, and go check out some of our past recipes. I did some baby back ribs on the grill earlier this year. You can go find that recipe if you missed it. And we've got some more good ones coming. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.